it at that time. Yeah. And cool that you're here, standing here, telling your story. Thank you for that.
Thanks for the invite.
Rodolfo, ven cá!
Hi. Yeah, my complete name is Rodolfo Wehn. But for making easy for everybody, it's just K. So, yeah, Luke invited me to talk today here because he knew about the depression, and that's one of the things that I've been talking all about my Nomads year. Well, I thought, yeah, it's gonna be easy. I'm gonna talk about my story, and my story I know by heart. But then he added something new into this topic about depression and acceptance. And I'm gonna try to give a little bit, add a little bit on what Lisa and
George.
Said is that what is the difference between us that are here talking about depression and the other people that are not depressed, because everybody has ups and downs. Everybody sometimes it's really sad, sometimes it's really happy, and I think this is where Luke got it right. Is the acceptance about ourselves. We don't accept. We simply are frustrated about what's happening to us, who we are, and what we are, what we do. And with that in mind, we create a word in our mind by all of these diseases everybody says, bipolar, depression, well, all of this that I never been diagnosed as depressed or bipolar or anything, but I knew that something was wrong with me by the age of 13, that everything was right. Everything I was doing a great school in Brazil, I had good grades, I didn't have drug problems or anything, but still I didn't feel motivated at all to anything. I didn't have much friends, or I don't think I had friends at all. So the thing about accepting yourself and the word accepting you. So that's the two keys ways of your brain starting to create something something to diminish yourself, to make you really small. So when I was 13, I talked with my father and I asked, can I see a therapist, because everything seems pretty right at the moment. At school, everything's going well, but I wasn't feeling well. And feeling well meant that I didn't want to go anywhere. I didn't want to do anything. I just want to, a numbness start reaching your brain, and that starts to be physical. That really starts to be something that your eyes don't see anything magic anymore. I couldn't see nothing gave me pleasure. Watching TV, going out, doing sports or anything, I couldn't live, but survive. And that's the thing about us, that we realize that depression, it is. So from the 13 until now, 32, I've been on and off with therapists, with all some alternatives, ways to deal with this. although we don't accept ourselves and the reality that surround us, it reaches a point that you simply wanna stop changing anything. Well, let me start over this part because it's also a little hard to put in words. That you don't accept yourself, you don't accept reality, but at some point I looked at for help because suicide for me was never an option. So I didn't accept both of them, myself and the reality, and I was looking for help. And I did that from 13 until 30. Well, until now, I'm still doing therapy, I'm still talking to people, but I want that to change. And there was time that I spent a lot of time sleeping. I spent a lot of time in bed, doing absolutely nothing, or just trying to let the time pass watching series. Now it's Netflix, but before a lot of cable TV, and that's been the last 19 years. And I hit the bottom when I came here to the Netherlands. I came here to the Netherlands to do a master's in behavior economics at University of Amsterdam, and I was expecting a lot. I had high hopes and expectations that it wasn't true. It wasn't what real. And when I saw that it couldn't, that you would never meet my expectations, I got really frustrated and sad. Well, really depressed. And that was the first time that I thought about suicide. And I saw how the line between craziness and depression and not being crazy is very thin. And yeah, and one of these 19 years, I just remember that if I kill myself now, I believe that's something that I've been listening, that I would have to come back in a worse case, that in a worse condition than I have now. I don't know how, maybe in different financial situations, health situation, and I'm telling myself that I don't want to come back to this earth. And that's when I dropped University from Amsterdam. That's when a friend that I had, the only friend that I had here, helped me get out of this craziness. And I found Nomads after 1 month of having these suicidal thoughts. And it was really, really dark for me this time. It's overwhelming. It's a thought that it doesn't get out of your head if you really let this thinking absorb you. Well, finding Nomads was exactly what Lisa said about you having support. So, giving a little bit of my final year presentation, Nomads, all about business and workshops and all the things that Nomads have to offer. The biggest thing is that I found a community where I could do this, where I could talk about it, where I had people that understood what it is to be in my my position, my feelings, and my thoughts. And I had one more way to get out of this, the support, and knowing that this is physical. So if you had to take medicine, that's not the best way out, but that's one way out. Is that I have to agree to myself, stop hurting myself. This agreement that I had about not accepting myself, and the way that I did it is making exercise every day, no matter what. So walking, I play basketball, cycling for 45 to 1 hour. So the physical thing that your brain creates, it's explained for that's explained by the medicine, and that's one of the way that I'm getting out of this. And this little black book, notebook, where every thought that I have, I put it here, so it becomes real. Not only what my head creates, or my mind creates, but it becomes words that it's been given the attention, and then it can get it out of the system. So now I can say that I been through hell, really hell, and I'm taking the stairs up to come up to earth again, and to live, because I think that's the reason we're here. We are here to live and not to survive.